Benny, bring me everyone.
What do you mean, everyone?
Everyone! I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude.
No one is to stone anyone until I blow this whistle.
You can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Lord, you can imagine where it goes from here.
And sync. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Zedos Game podcast. This is the first visual one, or second visual one really. Did the one with Tom Christian when he came around the last time. This is something that I want to do on a regular basis, so let's see if this works out. As always, with me is Mr. Allari.
Hey guys.
And yeah, we'll go straight off the bat because I don't have a lot. I don't have a big memory card, so I've got to move on. So Ken Watanabe joins the Pikachu movie.
Pika.
Yes, that's going to be freaking awesome. Yeah, so if you don't know who Ken Watanabe is, if you've seen Inception or The Dark Knight, he was
The Last Samurai.
Or The Last Samurai.
The Last Samurai. Not to be mistaken for The Last Jedi, because that's a white guy.
Okay. I'm not sure where you're going with that one, but fair enough.
The Last something, you know.
Yeah, but there's lots of films that have The Last in the title.
Yeah, like The Last of Us. Oh, that's a video game.
Anyway. Ken Watanabe joins Ryan Reynolds in this movie. Ryan Reynolds, I believe, is voicing Pikachu, and Ken Watanabe will be a detective, or not a detective, it doesn't say what he is here. I can't see what he is in this film.
He plays a guy called Detective Yoshida.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. He plays a character called.
So let me get this straight. So I'm not really, like, I play video games and that. Not really. I've never really gotten into Pokemon. You know, I'm aware of it, etc.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a Detective Pikachu? Are we getting like a lethal weapon on Pikachu here? Is it going to be a buddy cop movie with Ken Watanabe and Ryan Reynolds in there, and Pikachu serving mysteries like Baywatch Nights and shit?
Baywatch Nights? Yeah, I hope it's like that.
Will Hasselhoff come in and save the day in his orange lifeguard thing? I don't know, man. I don't know what this is about. Someone just, you know, write on the comments below, educate me so I can be more well versed in the realm of Detective Pikachu. I know I've got the interwebs at my disposal so I can look it up, etc. But you know, from a guy that's just never heard of the concept Detective Pikachu, like when he just speaks like Pika, you know what I mean? How does he solve crimes? How does he solve crimes?
Well, he's going to be voiced by Ryan Reynolds, so he clearly has a voice.
So he is Ryan Reynolds. But is Ryan Reynolds just going to be getting paid going Pika?
Hey man, if Groot I
am Groot, yeah. I am Groot.
There you go, man. If who voices Groot?
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, if Vin Diesel can get paid for doing that, then Ryan Reynolds can get paid for saying Pika. So yeah, I think this film is so meta that it's going to come back around again to just be a friggin' brilliant film.
I think that you know what? I think this film's going to make all the bank.
Oh yeah, this will make money regardless.
This is just going to get Nintendo. This is Nintendo's new way. We're going to get back into movies. You know what? We're going to take our biggest IP. Boom.
And turn him into a. I mean, there is a game called Detective Pikachu, but I've never played it. But
solve crimes or?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look this up.
It's something that it's a Nintendo thing to do.
Yeah.
To create something out of your character that is completely opposite of what the character does in the actual game. But yeah, that's something. That's a piece of news. So
so it is actually
it's a video
game on the 3DS, and the game follows a particular talking Pikachu. Okay, so he's not going Pika Pika, so he actually has a voice, hence Ryan Reynolds. So this is, oh yeah, because that's the breed, right?
I don't know.
That's the breed. He's not like
I don't
he's
know.
not like the character that's called Pikachu. That's the breed of Pokemon, Pikachu.
Sure,
right?
why not?
Okay.
Let's go with that.
But this one talks like Ryan Reynolds, so not being as powerful and nimble as other Pikachu of his kind, is rather intelligent and claims to be a great detective. Pikachu encounters a boy named Tim Goodman, good old Tim, who's able to understand what he's saying. Well, hang on.
Oh, that's going to be hilarious if that's the dynamic.
So if he can talk already, then why shouldn't everyone understand what he's saying? That sentence makes
No.
sense.
It's like how Chewie talks to Hound.
So this thing's going to be like Pika Pika, Pika Pika, and then
I hope it's like that.
And other guy's going like, Pikachu, we got to go down there.
Or like Lassie. Have you ever seen the Lassie
like
movie?
Lassie or Flipper and shit.
Yeah, I mean, in those Lassie movies, when I was growing up, it was like, oh my God, there's someone down the well, and we gotta get there in time, Lassie. Woof.
Yeah.
Boom. That's how it's gonna be done, man. Can't wait. Anyway,
we haven't actually had a film like that in years.
Yeah, because you can't really do that anymore.
No, but this is a brand new way to do it, and it's marketable. I'm just saying, with a big IP. But anyway.
Let's move on. Okay, so next story.
I had so much to say on bloody Detective Pikachu.
That's what I mean, man. That's why you got to start off with the weird stories.
The weird stories. I mean, who's directing that?
I don't know. Some guy.
I'm intrigued. Detective.
Some guy. See, it says some guy. Anyway.
Oh god.
You figured out while I jump to the next story.
Right,
and
Kathy Newton.
Kathy Newton.
Rob Letterman.
There you go. The mystery continues.
Yeah, well, he directed Shark Tales, the Goosebumps movie, and Gulliver's Travels.
Cool. I hope it does well for him. We have to move on.
Excited.
We have to move on. Okay.
Speaking of Jack Black.
Speaking of Jack Black, the Jumanji movie is now the highest-grossing Sony film that's not a Spider-Man film. That's literally what the report says, and so I find that fascinating because of the way we're reading this off-screen, rant. This guy clearly has a sense of humor, so yeah. I guess that's a sequel for Jumanji and The Rock. I mean, The Rock had a kind of a downturn last year. All of this, he just kept churning out turd after turd after turd.
And then he hit gold with Jumanji. Yeah. Oh no, man! I've seen them both now. I've finally seen Jumanji. Yes, cool. The original. I'd never seen the original until like the other day, and I watched them both back to back, more or less. And I like this movie. Do I think they should keep the same cast?
Yeah, you do.
I don't know.
That's what you're always saying to me. They should keep the cast. That's the argument that you were arguing with me before the podcast started.
It depends on the IP.
You weren't, but yeah.
No, it depends on the IP. I think with Jumanji you could change it up. I mean, like, look, Robin Williams, for example, was a big staple from the original one. People enjoyed Robin Williams. People enjoyed Dwayne Johnson. Oh no, it depends which way they go. I guess this was a video game, and they are the archetypes of the characters, so maybe they would stay the same. Maybe I don't know, but like I don't know. We'll see. They can. I could see them doing more of this, but
well, you've seen this film, you said you liked it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm in mixed minds though with the sequel, because like the thing is though, right? This is the thing. The first movie was more or less like the shit escaping the board game into the real world. Right? This one, they're sucked into the world of Jumanji. So it's like a vice versa, you know? So they've done both ends of the spectrum now, so in my mind. So it's about where they take it next to make it fresh and original, or they could just rehash what they've done. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a strange one, but we'll see. I'm sure those really cool creatives at Sony that don't pander to stuff that's marketable whatsoever can come up with something truly original with this IP and blow our minds and make something decent.
We clearly have nothing against Amy Pascal.
No, not at all. She's made a lot of successful business decisions over at Sony. Yes. She has.
Okay, well, I'm still not going to see Jumanji.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm just not interested in seeing it. But if you say it's good, then there's clearly a future for the Jumanji verse.
Yeah.
Excuse the bike going past, folks. Yeah, more power to. If anything that Sony can hang on to that has like a sustainable sustainable franchise potential.
Yeah.
I guess this is the one. But anyway, yeah. Okay, let's move on from that. We'll move on to the Black Widow movie that is targeted to be released in 2020 with Scarlett Johansson. And do you think this is coming too late?
No. I think what Marvel have stuck to the plan. Their plan was to build it up to Avengers, and when they got to Avengers, they were like, "Whoa, okay, we've got this far. Can we reach the mountain, which was Infinity War?" Mm-hmm. And they've stuck to that plan. Mm-hmm. Now, coming into the new era, I'm not going to call it Phase 4. The new era of the Marvel movies, what they're doing, they're filling out the history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
right,
more or less. They're padding it out. They're doing prequels now, you know, with some of these new films, like Captain Marvel set in the 90s and stuff. You know, and I think if they do keep the X-Men series, I've said this from day one, they might do something with that.
Right.
With the way the X-Men are split in timeline and stuff, and I think that'd be a perfect way to do that. Others may disagree on what a straight up reboot, but I think they're in a good place where they don't have to disappoint the wide audience that are fans of those movies. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And at the same time expand their Marvel universe, and any inconsistencies within them they could fix in a TV show or a one shot. Or, you know what I mean? Because that's what Marvel does. You know what I mean? And they could do those one-shots and stuff to keep the universe consistent, you know?
Yeah.
Back to Black Widow, they've already said that this will be set before Infinity War. Mm-hmm. So, automatically, that opens up the you know, post-Infinity War, you know, yeah, sure, you could do loads of stuff, but pre-Infinity War, or even pre-Avengers, that kind of opens up more stuff they could do with it, maybe, or you know what I mean, come in at an interesting angle. You know what I mean? If they did an origin story, they can build up that relationship between her and Barton, Hawkeye, if you didn't know who I said there, Arrow guy for the even more casuals. But yeah, they could do something like that. Or you know what? There was this animated straight to DVD film where it was her and Punisher, and and that was a great crossover. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see crossovers like that. Personally, as a Marvel fan, I could see something like that working with Black Widow really well with some of the more realistic kind of characters.
Right.
And I think if they did something like that, they'd give it a more grittier kind of tone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, man.
Is that camera okay?
No, it's the battery's dead.
Are we still recording?
We're still, yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Recording sound.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I don't know, man. I think they should have done this ages ago. But if they're doing what you say, then what are you doing?
I'm recording.
No, don't continue recording. Just leave it. If they continue doing what they say, then I don't know. I've got mixed feelings on this. I like to see Scarlett Johansson have done this maybe 3 years ago.
Oh, just so that it'd be consistent with the way we're watching it into. Yeah. Maybe, but then it doesn't mean it's going to be a bad film.
No. It's my hunger for it is. I don't know if I'm hungry for it, but I still like to see it. So, I guess that I guess once Captain Marvel comes out, there'll be more of maybe I'll be more interested after that. But I'm not at this point. I'm just like, I don't know, a little too late for me.
Well, that's going to be an interesting one, Captain Marvel, because you know what? You've got the who is it? You've got the Skrulls in Captain Marvel. They're an alien race and stuff.
Yeah, no, they're in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well.
Are they in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Because I don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, anyway, so the Skrulls are in there. Now, there was a big thing about the Skrulls being part of the X-Men movie rights, and apparently the X-Men have the Super Skrulls, whereas the MCU have the more traditional Skrulls. But now they got everything back, so it'd be interesting to see, Captain Marvel now, to see whether they've changed any of it, or now we can use this and do stuff properly in a way. And we'll have to see.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
Who knows? In the grand scheme of things, I don't think Marvel can do any wrong right now. So I'm sure they'll make a good film regardless, if anyone wants it or not. So yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. Alright, moving on to Spider-Man Homecoming, the sequel. So
Spider-Man Detention.
It won't be called Homecoming again, because you can only have one Homecoming, as I assume.
Pretty much. Maybe it crashes like the year below him's Homecoming.
Even so, that's a Spider-Man Homecoming 2, where he crashes the year below him's Homecoming. Okay, well, reportedly there's going to be a casting of a femme fatale. So, and you know more about this than I do, so you tell me what this is about.
Well, femme fatale, come on. There's only one femme fatale that I'm aware of in the Spider-Man universe.
I don't know what that is, man.
Well, you don't know what a femme fatale means?
I know what it means in the context of the actual...
Okay, if you're talking about a characterization, would you class Catwoman as a femme fatale kind of character?
Yes.
Okay, well, in Spider-Man's universe, they've got someone like that. She is called Black Cat. Black Cat has been in Spider-Man for years and years. If you don't know the story about Black Cat, well, she's got the same kind of powers as Captain America, because she's taken the same serum, basically. Her grandfather actually worked for the Red Skull, not knowing that he was he was a little kid, and he memorized the formula kind of thing, and he refused to give the formula to Red Skull, but because he knew the formula, he was actually put in prison for practically most of his life. He did escape a few times, which is where he met her mother, and did the bang bang, and just got arrested again, kind of like Connery in The Rock, I guess, maybe, because he kept escaping and shit. But anyway, so she's got backstory with her old man kind of thing, and she's about as strong as Cap. Also, she's like that. She's like Spider-Man's version of Catwoman.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, and they team up. She's probably one of the first sidekicks he had, kind of thing. Because Spider-Man's... When people think of Spider-Man, you just think of just Spider-Man by himself. But realistically, if you look at the history of Spider-Man characters, he's teamed up with so many people where he's had multiple sidekicks almost, really. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, Black Cat's one of them. There's even a kid on the skateboards. I've forgotten his name now. Seriously, there was a little kid on a skateboard, and in Spider-Man 2... was really funny. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, he actually put a nod to the kid.
Oh, yeah.
Because Aunt May and him, they're taking stuff out of that old house because she's packing to go into a flat. And he'd already said that he blames himself for Uncle Ben dying and shit. And, there's that revelation. Well, when he goes back to meet Aunt May, they have a talk, and more or less she forgives him for snapping at him or whatnot. And... she basically gives him that Aunt May wisdom to get the courage to get back on that saddle and shit. But before that, the little kid is referenced, and there he is with the skateboard.
Okay.
So yeah, long story. Sorry, but you know that he's had, and then of course more recently Miles Morales. So
right.
Spider-Man's had a sidekick in a way, but to me she was the original OG. But begs a question because in the 616, the original Marvel timeline of comics and stuff, and even the 90s cartoon, Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat, was roughly the same age as him. You know what I mean? So, but in the Ultimate Universe, I always found it really funny because she was like older than him. She was like in her 30s or, mid-20s, 30s. And, there's this bit where like she clearly digs him and, fancies him in a way. So they lock lips, after completing an assignment or whatever, they lock lips and then she rips off his mask because things getting a bit passionate, and then she sees she's kissing a kid and she freaks out, and he's just like, what's happened? Like, why? I don't understand women. What's going on? It's like, you're a kid, dude. You're like 15. Mm-hmm. That's why she freaked out. You know what I mean? Like I just think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it would
personally. And I think it would suit the character more of Spider-Man or the Spider-Man that they're going for.
Yeah.
If you made her older. And that way you could get, like, you could get a good older actress in that role. And, but yeah, that's what I think they're doing. I think they're doing that because obviously Sony were doing a Black Cat and Silver Sable movie. A standalone one. So I think... Marvel have went, fine, well, she'll be...
Well, do that, but do it our way.
Yeah, do it our way. This is coming out before that, so we're going to do that to establish your shit, so that way it's more organic. I also think with the Eddie Brock shit that's going on, because I'm assuming we were going to talk about the Venom thing, but there's this whole rumour that... I was going to say Andrew Garfield. Tom Holland is going to appear in the Venom movie. Now, does that mean that it's connected to the MCU? Not really, because it's still a Sony film and we don't know how outside of Spider-Man they're going to play ball. But I actually think, and they must know by now, that'd be fucking stupid. You know what I mean? I pray they know. I really do pray that they know. I hope there's some kind of consistencies because they can't fuck up Venom again. You know what I mean? They can't afford to.
There's only one company that can do it.
Yeah, they can't afford to. I think this is my prediction. I'm not basing this on anything that I know. This is just hearsay. But I've said this. How cool would it be if he gets the black suit in Infinity War? I mean, he gets it in Secret Wars, okay? Alright, which is why he's in space in the first place and like fighting shit and stuff, because he needed to be stronger. And they give him the black suit, and that's how he gets it in the original 616 universe in the first place. So, you've got like the new Iron Spider outfit that they've got in the movie, not the real one in the comic books that has the tentacles and shit. But, they've got that new suit at the end of Homecoming, and the first distinctive thing you see is a big giant spider on the front of it. There's only one Spider-Man suit before that had a big giant spider, and it was black, baby. And I'm telling you, I'm calling it now. He's getting black suit in Infinity War. If he doesn't, fair enough. I won't be disappointed. But at the same time, I think that's how they can make it make sense. You know what I mean? Because he gets the black suit. It's now on Earth, and then Eddie Brock gets it.
Never underestimate the stupidity of a studio.
That is true.
Named Sony.
That is true. I hope that's what happens. But you know what I mean? There's what you want and what you get, and after this Christmas, I've learned that lesson the hard way. So yeah. Anyway.
Well, yeah. I mean, you said a whole lot there about Black Cat, but. I don't really know where to tail off from there, but whatever happens in the sequel, I hope it's in Marvel's hands rather than Sony's, in a sense that I just think Marvel, or what's his name, Kevin Feige knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. I rewatched Homecoming again recently. It was just amazing how how fresh it was.
Yeah.
For the character is like what I liked about it. One of the things I liked about it, they're like, okay, we know everyone likes him flying in the city, you know, swinging in the city and stuff.
But he's not that Spider-Man yet.
But yeah, he's not that Spider-Man yet. But we've seen that in so many interpretations, so many films and stuff. This was a chance to take the piss and go, well, what happens if he's not, you know, on a skyscraper and stuff? What happens if he's just in the suburbs? You know what I mean? And they did it to perfection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some of that stuff was some of the funniest stuff in the movie. You know what I mean? He's trying to get some... He's the car chase, and he's trying to get some height, and he can't get the height, and he's crashing into the back doors and stuff. It's gold. Comedy gold. Right there. So...
Yeah. I mean, it's... I still worry. The fact that Sony is still connected to any of this is the only thing that worries me.
Yeah, because you could you know what, there was that interview, the original interview for Venom, and they're like, yeah, so the Venom movie, does it connect? And she's like, yeah, it totally does. And you just had got Kevin Feige in the background like, no one consulted me about this, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you saw the look on his face. So.
Yeah, I bet they have a very interesting relationship when it comes to meetings and stuff, man, because Feige's like, what the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you know?
Well, I mean, and this news is going to come out of for what's happening with her Homecoming, well, the sequel to Homecoming, as the weeks and months go on, so... Yeah, we'll leave it right there.
Yeah, back to this. I don't dislike Amy Pascal. She's done a lot of good movies under her belt. Produced a lot of good movies under her belt.
I don't hate her either, but she ain't smart.
Oh, when it comes to superhero IPs, definitely. But you know, Molly's Game is good, and okay, you got to understand, she's relatively a new producer. You know what I mean? Like, she was a head of she was a studio head beforehand. Yeah. So she didn't really get this much involved in these properties. You know what I mean? Before. Yeah. So, like, I mean, if I named you her first film, you'd probably be like, yeah, fuck her. But, like, you know, she was just doing her job. Her first film was Ghostbusters.
Fair enough.
Not the original.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I just had to clarify. You know, Spider-Man: Homecoming's her third film as a producer. Molly's Game is out, and that's a good film. And The Post, also a good film. But yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy didn't produce that.
Kathleen Kennedy. Let's have a look. Post 2000. Thanks to writers Spielberg. I don't think Kathleen Kennedy produces anymore.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
For the Berg. So I could be mistaken because, like, you know what I mean, like she'll definitely be a producer on Indie, but
yeah,
because she was there from day one. But I know her husband would be produced by Amy Pascal, Steven Spielberg. No, she's not.
Fair enough.
Frank Marshall is there.
Okay.
Her husband, but yeah.
Well, maybe it's just up to him now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was always those three.
Right.
It was always those three and Lucas.
Yeah.
Depending on projects, but yeah.
All right. Well, okay, we've got to jump forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to jump forward onto Creed 2. And this is casting news, so if I don't know if any of you guys out there know, but Ivan Drago was rumored to be in this sequel to Creed, and it looks like his son is going to be involved as well. That's Ivan Drago's son, and so it's kind of. Would you say this is a semi-revenge film?
I don't know. I haven't seen the film yet.
Sure, no, but
like
just the fact that
I mean, it sounds like it. I mean, like, yeah, I agree with you. It does sound like it because you know, you've got Drago, you've got son of Drago, you've got the Dragos.
The Dragos.
We're just missing Drago. For starters, interesting casting because they've got like in true Rocky vein. They've went and got an actual fighter
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they've done that in most of the Rockies, to be honest. Got someone that's quite physical, that is a fighter. This guy looks the business as well. He looks like he could destroy Adonis Creed. But, you know, that's the whole point. You want a good, mean adversary, physically as well as emotionally. And emotionally comes with that context that, damn you killed my father. And, like, yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, like, is it too soon for Drago? Because, like, I know everyone was screaming it after the last one. Because, you know, it's a son. Come on. I would have held back a little bit more. I would have teased it. I would have teased Drago.
I guess it depends how far they can go with these Creed films. Yeah.
Do you think Creed would have the lifespan as the original Rocky series?
No. I think they'll go free and done.
You think free and done?
Yeah.
You don't think
free and done.
Who's the kid that plays him? The Fantastic
Jordan. I forgot his name.
I keep calling him Creed.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. Okay. You don't think Michael B. Jordan wants to keep this franchise torch going, like him and the director Ryan Coogler? I know Ryan Coogler's not directing this one, but he's definitely
Ryan Coogler.
I know he's definitely not directing this one, but he's still a producer, considering he's the one that relit the fire. Do you think that maybe as long as Coogler's involved, do you think that Michael B. Jordan would be involved? Because they've been involved in all of like they're a team. Like every film that Coogler's done, B.
Sure.
Jordan's been involved.
I can't see Ryan Coogler going beyond 3 films.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I disagree.
Fair enough.
I disagree. I think Coogler really was passionate to make Creed in the first place.
Yeah, and he made the film that he wanted.
He did.
I don't think he's going to take it any further than a trilogy. It's up to the studio, to be honest, because it's a studio film. So whether he's involved in it or not, then if Coogler doesn't want to do any more, then the studio will have to get Michael B. Jordan. If Michael B. Jordan doesn't want to work without Ryan Coogler, then they're in trouble.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Do you feel that there's too many moving parts now with this franchise? Because before we always had it as a Stallone vehicle, and as long as Stallone was interested and had the machine going, it was always going to go forward because Rocky is Stallone. You know what I mean? Now it's a case of we've got an actor here that, although it's a very good film, he didn't write it. It's not really his journey, but he's just a part in the vehicle now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So is that why you're thinking too many moving parts with these two cats, or?
That and yes and no. I just think that in regards to how franchises are done these days, I'm sure the studio would like to say, we're going to be doing 8 Rocky films, or 8 Creed films, and they're coming out in this late or whatever. I think they're just, because Ryan Coogler is Ryan Coogler now, because he's, after Black Panther comes out, he's going to be
well, to be quite honest, after Black Panther, the guy's got unwritten check to make any goddamn movie that he wants.
And
really?
I still think he would only ever do 3. Yeah, he would only ever get to 3 just because of the person that the person I think he is.
Do you think he'd go back to directing the final one, or yeah? Okay. Because do you think that Sly would come back to direct one of these?
He was going to direct this one, but I guess he wanted someone else with a different vision to do it.
I think that's a good thing to keep the series fresh. I think it worked for Creed really well. Not saying that Stallone does a bad job, because he has like 4 Rocky movies under his belt that he's directed. So because Rocky 1 and Rocky 5 was directed by the Karate Kid guy. But yeah.
Well, I mean, again, I just think it's once you get past this Ivan Drago thing, the nostalgia of it is gone, because you've you've been to the past twice now.
Yeah.
And where do you go from there? What's the fresh thing to bring to this?
Oh, to bring
where do you get to the third Creed from?
This is just it. That's why I was like, you should just honey-dipped us and fucking save this guy for film 3 or something.
No, I mean they're doing what they did with the Dark Knight. They brought the Joker into the second film.
Yeah, true. I mean, maybe they could do a rematch with the other guy because it was a draw.
Oh, you mean Mr. T?
No, not Mr. T. The British guy in.
Nah, I was gonna want to watch that film again.
No,
he
wasn't that iconic a boxer, was he?
No, it's not even that. I mean, it's why create another film just to fight that guy again?
Yeah.
He wasn't a Adonis Creed.
The thing is, though, you look at that original Rocky.
Yeah.
Carl Weathers is such a force in that movie. He's charismatic.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So he stands out more as a character in that film. So when it came to Rocky 2, it was a rematch. It was more a case of we want to see who the real champ is. You know what I mean? And then you had number 3, where he's getting a bit older. This is the new blood. You know what I mean? He has to train differently. And then you got Drago, and then. Yeah, we won't even go into Tommy the Machine Gun. Fuck that guy. But no, I mean, like, there's always something. I'm sure they could create more characters and stuff. I mean, like, there's it's boxing. There's always a bigger, better opponent. It's about finding that guy. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, whatever happens with it, I'm looking forward to this one. This will set the standard for the way this franchise is.
I think this is the story everyone wanted as the next installment. So there's going to be a lot of hype around this because of who the opponents are.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. More news as that comes as well. Right. To the next piece of news, and Jake Gyllenhaal is the Batman if Ben Affleck leaves. If anything about Ben Affleck is to be believed, that he's not interested in playing Batman anymore.
Yeah.
Just in the interviews, it's like, yeah,
we'll see.
Whatever.
I don't care. I'm done. These guys don't know what they're doing with fucking anything. So I'd be.
You could. It's written all over his face.
Yeah, I know. Gyllenhaal. You know what? Gyllenhaal would make a damn good Nightwing. Maybe. I'm just throwing it out there.
All right.
Just throwing it out there. Maybe he's Dick Grayson taking on the mantle as Batman.
What about Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
That's not part of the.
I just wanted to know. Want to see your reaction.
That's not even part of the thing. Maybe he's Dick Grayson becoming Batman.
All right.
Because Bruce is like holiday. I don't know. Whatever. You know what I mean?
Is this your way trying to keep Affleck in the circle?
Yeah, a little bit. No,
okay.
A little bit. But at the same time, when I think of Batman, I just don't picture Jake Gyllenhaal. I just don't picture him. Like, but here's the thing. On the other hand, Jake Gyllenhaal is a fantastic actor, and he can fucking act.
Yeah.
And I do believe he could probably act as Batman. It's just visually I don't see it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm sure when I do see it, I'll be like, okay, that's Batman. Do you know what I mean? That I get it. But right off the cuff, I don't personally see it. And I think it's got to be the baby face, to be quite honest. He has a baby face. Not in that picture, because he's all grizzled with stubble and shit, but I mean, like, in general, like, do you know what I mean? Like, 10 years ago, people were like, he should, you know what, honestly, hand to God, if this was 2001, no, 2001, okay, more than 10 years ago, but if this was 2001, he would have been one of my first picks for Spider-Man.
But he was nobody in 2001.
That's exactly what my point. He would have been one of my first picks as Spider-Man. Do you know what I mean? He's always had that young kind of guy thing going for him. And I would have picked him as a Spider-Man or a Dick Grayson or a Robin, or, you know what I mean? Batman, I look at him, I just don't see Batman. But, again, like I said, he's a fantastic actor. Fucking hell, like, Nightcrawler. You know what I mean? That's a performance. Fucking the guy could act.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? I need to see his interpretation, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, wow, that looks kind of cool. Whatever. But until I see that, I'm still going to be like, well, we'll see when it happens. You know what I mean? So, but that's how I feel about Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, if they said, I don't know, John Hamm or, you know, someone else, even...
It depends where Matt Reeves is going with it.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Even Jim Caviezel, I could see as Batman. You see this TV show, Person of Interest?
I know who you're talking about, but I don't think Jesus is Batman.
No?
No.
He can save them. He can save them all. No. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know. What, how do you
Jim
feel?
Caviezel's too monotone. He's got a very... The way he talks in that show is the way he talks in real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've not seen him in real life.
Yeah, I've seen him in interviews. He can't pull off Bruce Wayne.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I see where you were going with it.
Yeah.
'Cause I had to think for
a
few seconds on that. But yeah. Again, it depends where Matt Reeves is going with it. If he's going like a younger Batman when he was Batman, and then I guess Gyllenhaal can merge into Affleck.
Yeah, because that's like really convincing.
Hey, 2 white guys.
Yeah, well.
I'm joking. But yeah, it's. I don't know, man. Affleck clearly doesn't want to do it anymore. He does. He's offered the Flashpoint movie apparently, and he doesn't even want to do that. So
well, I don't blame him because he's had to work with those guys on how they run stuff, and you can't create something organic and good when you're in a room full of people that don't understand what they've got in the first place. You know. You get like a whole group of people saying, "Oh, the Flash. Why is he red? Why can't he be fluorescent pink?" You know, because we want to get we want to get people liking the color pink or something for some bizarre reason. You know, no offense to people that like the color pink, but it's just not the Flash. You know what I mean? Like red and yellow, red and yellow, red and yellow. You know, just stick with what we got. That's not what happened. Who knows what's happening with Flashpoint? They're probably thinking about changing the race of what's his girlfriend called? Iris. They're probably going, she shouldn't be black. Oh no. Or no, actually, they should be pro that now because Hollywood's trying to be all. But do you know what I mean? These are decisions that I remember when Spawn came out, for example. They changed Terry Fitzgerald into a white guy.
No, right.
Because there wasn't enough white people in Spawn. I'm like, why don't you just write the 2 detectives? Sam and Twitch. Why don't you put Sam and Twitch in there, and then there you go. You got more than your quota. You know what I mean? It's like, just look at the source material, make it as is. If you got to change shit up, but don't deviate from what makes the character, and what makes the source material. Otherwise, people just going to call you on it. Like big giant fucking spiders in fucking Justice League. Didn't need to be in it. Just saying, why that guy is still in control of fucking Superman, I don't know. But there's people like this is a problem with the fucking Warner Brothers machine, man. Just too many dumb people in the room that, their opinions just shouldn't be. They need to just have. They just need to create a division and go, look, this is DC Films. You're in charge of it. Bang. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now one guy's in charge of it. You're in charge of it. Make it work. And that guy should be someone that knows their shit. Has probably done a comic book movie that gets the lore, etc. Willing to, And the other thing is, you got to have that segue with the fans, man. Kevin Feige didn't happen overnight.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It didn't happen overnight. You understand? He didn't just go, hey, I'm from Marvel, bang. He never used to always be at Marvel. You know what I mean? He used to work on X-Men's 1 to 3. You know what I mean? Before they did Iron Man. The guy had to argue with fucking the director, and Hugh Jackman to get his hair to look like fucking Wolverine. You know what I mean? How weird would have that looked? We all would have went like, yeah, I'm not too sure about Wolverine's hair in this one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like probably my girlfriend at the time would be like, well, I don't see the problem. He's kind of hot. I'd be like, yeah, but they fucked up the hair, man. So he has a very iconic fucking haircut.
Yeah, but I mean, do you know the amount of vanity you'd have to style your hair like that every day? Of
course, man. It's very out there.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
And I don't think Wolverine's vain in any way whatsoever. Yeah. So I kind of when he had a more regular haircut in the which Wolverine film was it? The one who was in Japan.
Oh yeah.
When they gave him that haircut, I thought, okay, that's doable.
Yeah.
The Wolverine haircuts that he had in the first two films, there's no way he's gonna look in the mirror and do his hair. No, not Wolverine. There's just no way that's happening. So he'll just run out of bed like, oh, what's going on here?
But anyway, you know what I mean? Like, Feige didn't happen overnight, and when he got there, he was like, look, I know what I'm talking about, and I'm in control now, and I'm going to make shit happen. And Iron Man 1 came, and all this shit came, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. You know what? Get the guys that do their animated shows. They know what the fuck they're doing. They're doing better than Marvel. The animated division. Just fucking turn it into a film division. I don't know. I
mean, that you saying that is a very
fanboy kind of thing to say.
No, not even fanboy, just flippant, because the animation sector isn't that big. So in terms of animation, I'm sure it is doing very well. But if it was as big as what Marvel are doing.
Yeah, and if only if it was as simple as that. It's not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, this is a business, and you know, the big wigs need to see profit and shit, and they want to see proven, tested shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you understand, Kevin Feige at Marvel worked on X-Men. He earned his stripes working up the ladders. There's no one at WB with that creative vision trying to do that over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? People just given the shit, and you know. But we'll see what the horror movie guy does. Because the guy they've got in charge of DC films is like the guy that's been put in charge of Insidious and stuff like that. So we'll see if he's into comic books, but only time will tell.
Man, that whole I find it so hard to care about DC films.
Yeah,
but I hope it turns it around, because to go from what Nolan did in the mid 2000s to what DC is now, whew, gosh. Well, anyway, folks, we've come to the end of the show. I'm going to end it there. Thanks for joining us on this semi-live, semi-visual podcast. There's only 10 minutes available. I'm not sure if I'll put it up, but it will be. I'll put it up in some degree anyway. But Sach, where can we find you?
You can find me on Sashman3 on Twitter, and check my short films on my YouTube, Sacha Allari.
For while it's still there. No, seriously, while it's still there. Because I don't know what YouTube are planning to do with videos at the moment.
Right.
And you can find this podcast on YouTube while it's there, and Stitcher, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Please like and subscribe if you into this kind of thing. Again, we've just started another segment where we are reviewing movie trailers. I'm not sure what it's called yet, but we're going to call it something that's interesting, I gather. But anyway, again, folks, thank you for listening. This has been the Zedos Game podcast, and we're out.